Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is some more of Enderal Forgotten Stories. Now last time we went into the old ruin and we met Lahari. And we are now going back to the Sun Temple. We also took our first journey on a Mirad. We're now going back to the Sun Temple. I'm assuming that's the Mirad that made that noise. I hope so, because otherwise I'm not prepared for anything. And we actually managed to get ourselves cured of arcane fever. I'm still in love with pretty much everything this game is doing. I'm just going to eat some food because I've realised that I'm actually quite low on. That should heal me up a little bit. I was quite low on health. We've also got some other sort of semi-sidey quests to do. I don't know when I'm going to do them. I'm trying to follow the main plot as much as possible, but then because this is a big game, like I said, it's between 30 and 125 hours, and I've only played 5 hours of it so far. So we are making progress.
You're not from here, are you? I heard you talk.
Good. I heard you talk, and I care nothing for your words, small shit. But just little details like that little sewer grate there. The world is so rich. I really want to explore a lot of it, and I will do. I probably will do just a couple of episodes where I just go exploring, but I suspect this story takes you to a lot of places. I suspect we're going to have to go all around this map to find shit, which I'm very, very excited about. Oh, I haven't started my timer. Maybe I'll go from there. Yeah, cool. So if this video is a bit longer or a bit shorter, I apologise. But either way, yeah, I also quite like the fact you can't fast travel apart from on the Myrads. That you do actually just have to walk around some places.
People just don't know their places.
Shut up, aristocrat.
Keep walking.
I am running. I think you'll find. Well, I'm jogging. This is the quick way, isn't it? Back to the Sun Temple. You've got to speak to Firespark about the fact that Lahari helped. I don't know where we're going next. The quest is called Part of Something Momentous. Yeah, Lishari, not Lahari. Sorry, Lishari used the taming ritual on me. It was supposed to lessen and stabilise my arcane fever. Nothing less. Something weird happens. Something which even Lishari cannot explain. As for others, as others before her, she called me strange. At any rate, the solution to this problem has to wait. I should return to the Sun Temple to report to Firespark first. Yes, Constantine Firespark. And I, of course, am playing Byron. I'll probably take... No, I'll leave the hood up, but I do actually have hair.
And hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Yep, that's the human race. It's exactly what we do. Even though while many races in this are humanoid, we're not actually strictly human. But I am actually genuinely really enjoying this game. The story's intriguing. The landscape, as I've said before, is phenomenal. The voice acting, I've got to say, is pretty darn good. Mind you, one of the big selling points is they've got a lot of professional voice actors in. By the way, if any game developers... I am technically still a professional voice actor. Details upon request, should anyone wish me to voice their game. Or be a voice in their game. I can do a few accents. Check back to other stuff that I've done accent-wise. In fact, check Shards of Resurrection. There was a lot of accents in there. I'll put the link to that in the description below, as well as the link to this game, and other links in the description as well to my streaming stuff, my Instagram, all that sort of the usual self-support and self-promotion bullshit down there. I can do Irish, or a close approximation of.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You do not belong here.
I might have a shit on the floor. Through here. Firespark. Fuck's sake, has he gone to... Shut up, Firespark. You don't make any sense.
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
Lishari performed the ritual on me. There were problems in old Rashengrad.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything. Good work. Even though part of her report seemed to be a bit... enthusiastic, but I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Oh, right, we're rising through the ranks. I'm not sure I want to be a part of all this, whatever it is you're searching. Fine, where can I find him?
In the Emporium. The last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Aranthiel has asked for you, and they will let you in.
Okay.
Ah yes, before I forget. My dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies?
I'll have a treasure map.
Very well. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Yes, you will.
Pathlessness.
Right, let's have a look at this treasure map. Ark, temple, and then... Oh, okay, just up by the water. Okay, we might go and have a look at that in a second,
Wherever you look,
if we get a
where
moment.
is this supposed to lead?
Last building on the left-hand side of the temple. Out of my way, wizard bitch. Arc Twend. They don't believe it belongs to the. Ooh, do we get to go there? I hope we get to go there. Again, I suspect that we're going to go to a lot of places in this game. I feel like it's going to send us to everywhere on the map.
Oh.
I agree, Keeper. I agree. That is how I perennially feel when I'm at work. Just... That's not true. I love my job. But I still feel...
Who are you?
Oh, no one. Just...
It is a suspicion, Teela. And to send an entire division across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet
a map
Stone,
of
and if they
Enderal.
succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
Hey, I'm
The
Neremese,
threat is real.
apparently.
Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Oh.
Teela, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts.
So that's the whole
You have
conflict.
made this mistake before, Teela. Back then in Kieran.
There's
You
Natara,
all know
the mission will happen. I'm sorry.
There's Quira and
You
there's
have a visitor.
Enderal. Yes, I do. Tila.
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about.
That's what they keep telling me.
Interesting.
I'm alright.
I am Teela Aranthiel, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster of the Order, and I'm honored to meet you.
Good.
What is your name?
Byron, you wanted to see me?
Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve this, you are indispensable.
Apparently we are humans. You're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic.
Yes.
The wars, the living dead.
Why is there a Oblivion
common
sigil?
people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious.
Yes.
What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
The visions. So you know where they come from?
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me.
Okay.
Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son,
Have you heard?
Narazul
Apparently the Blue
Aranthiel.
Islands Coalition sent an
He
emissary
hated
here
the
to
Lightborn
Enderal.
because he believed that they
Despite the
robbed
wars.
mankind of their
They are
right to
bold.
freedom.
Gotta give 'em that.
So he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well.
Right, okay. So your son started a war, is angry at you. Could you possibly move a little bit? You know, maybe walk past the table? Is that a thing you can do? I feel like I have to push you. There we go. Right, now move. Right, so your son didn't like the Lightborn, you served the Lightborn, he killed the Lightborn and
It
was at
all
war with you.
ended in a
Okay.
battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me.
Well, he's your son. If Narathsul was your son, why do you hate the gods so much? Shouldn't he have been, I don't know, devoted to them?
There were circumstances favoring the development. But it's a long story, which we won't discuss now.
Okay. But you managed to free yourself?
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time. The dreams.
We're walking again. Yeah, he went bald. He has my sympathy. See, I want to go there as well. That looks beautiful. That whole place looks lovely. Just some of the places in this game and just in the artwork are amazing. This might be a talky episode, by the
I
way.
always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
An acolyte of your son, but weren't they your enemies then?
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know.
Possibly.
Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth.
And that is... what?
Dreams. They come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from... a what? A common mind?
A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
Thus the excavations, like in old Rashengrad. What did you find out?
3 things. First,
Nope.
there were many
I can't have a drink, we're walking again.
before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands.
Right, so ancient world, got you.
Second, the history of each civilization
There are
unfolded and
telescopes.
still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear
Right.
without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us.
Right.
We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end.
You mean the end of humanity lies ahead?
Yes, it does. At first we considered it absurd, as probably you do at this moment. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The two castes of the Sun Priest. They too ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
The Pyreans knew about the threat. Why didn't they do something about it?
They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak.
How in blazes can an entire civilization just disappear?
That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the Cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and my powers come from?
Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well.
Characters recur?
Yes. The Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet.
I'm supposed to be a prophet.
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
And I take it this is the reason for the Neremese mages are here, isn't it? Firespark, Pagast, Sharim.
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you'd probably have already noted yourself.
And why me of all people?
I do not know. Firespark the Mage has told me your story, and even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary, or we simply have not understood the pattern yet.
If I play a role, does that mean something is controlling me, controlling us?
No. As I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end, like pieces on a chessboard. We are determined by our skills. How and to what end we use them is our choice.
And what defines this prophet?
On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this.
Yeah.
On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Into the past and therefore into the future. What do you mean? This is interesting.
Visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help.
And if all this doesn't interest me?
Hollow words. Deep inside, you know your responsibility. Trust me, we are more alike than you believe.
It's not a good decision I want to make based on a gut feeling. Give me some time.
Very well. I await your answer.
Okay, right, let me get my head around this. So, there is a cycle of a civilization is born, they grow, they reach the peak of their abilities, the apex, and then they just stop because of this cleansing thing. And not only do events reoccur, but also people and roles within those events reoccur, and I'm one of those prophet type people. So I'm quite important. Well, I mean, if I say no, we can't continue the game, so I'm going to have to say yes, but I just wanted to take a literal moment to get my head around that. So because everything happened the same in the past, if I see it happening in the past, we'll know what's going to happen in the future and potentially prepare for it? Yeah, alright then.
Well, have you made your decision?
Alright. If I can help, I'll try to do so.
Good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial.
Is that really necessary?
It is. Whatever you think about our story, we are the only faction that is strong enough to oppose the cycle. If you want to be part of our mission, you need to have access to our knowledge and resources.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
There will be voices in the Order speaking against your admission, as they are speaking against the presence of the Neremese mages. Consider it an honor or a necessity. It is up to you.
I think Byron would probably consider it a necessity. What kind of test?
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival.
Who are the 2 novices?
I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been working hard toward the test. But see them for yourself.
Very well. Where can I find them?
At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself.
No.
I do not believe you can do any real harm. But in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic.
Ah, probably right.
After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter. If and how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure.
Okay.
Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
Yes. Pricing Momentous Part 2. Okay, we'll probably travel to the heart. We'll travel to the Heartland's border. I don't know because we've got 19 minutes left according to my little timer. Because I'd like to split these episodes up nicely.
Is it now? Remind me not to burst into tears.
See again, that looks nice. I want to go there. There are 4 souls per rank, all of which have different strengths and weaknesses. Stronger souls can be found at more dangerous places. Have I found a soul yet? I don't know.
My Sir Delina. And I felt it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, seems the Grandmaster is crazy for you. So who am I to question his judgment?
Exactly.
My Sir Delina.
Oh yeah, you just repeat. That's cool. I thought I could talk to you. Maybe have a chat about the fact I deceived you. But apparently not. Right, in that case, I'll save the world first, and then we'll go and do our exploration around everything else. Since I've saved it, I ought to have a look at it, really, hadn't I? But I want to save it first. But, you know, I mean, they're going to keep coming at me anyway, so... I don't know what I said that for. Who's going to keep coming at you, Humble? What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Well, I think what I meant to say was they're going to keep me going around the world anyway. I'll probably get to explore a lot of it in the story. I really hope I do. I really think I do.
The streets aren't safe this time of the day.
Yes, but you didn't think the streets were safe at the time of day that was daytime when I walked past you like 2 episodes ago, so, you know. Huh? You can cure diseases at priests in temples and chapels. Cure diseases at priests. I'm curing my disease! Look at me, I'm doing it in your direction.
Monsieur?
There's probably a cleverer joke than that in there, but I don't care. Discipline vagrant to build your knowledge about light armors and alchemy. Its talents, on the other hand, allow you to throw oil bottles in front of your enemies, or even that use the Starling technology. I'm going to follow vagrant. I like the sound of Starling technology. Great sword can be swung fast in the battle axe. Yeah.
Huh. You're a traveler, aren't you? An impressive bow you have there. I hope you know how to shoot it. We'll need it these days.
I do know how to use it. That's not sending me to the Myrad, that's just sending me to my destination, which is... if I can go along the western wall, I can get to another Myrad tower, that's fine. Because I don't really want to have to walk. What are we looking at? We're looking at 2 stars, so... this is going to be a tougher quest.
Yes?
There we go. Now where's the Myrad dude? Or dudette?
Hello.
Need a flight.
Good to hear. Where to?
The Whispering Wood. So yeah, where's the nearest one? Border of the Heartland.
Good to hear. Where to?
The border of the Heartland, if that's a place I can... yeah. This is very World of Warcraft, I do like it though. Away I go. Gathering of farms under the patronage of Lord Boric is spread out over the Heartland west of Ark. They provide food not only for Ark, but also for most of the villages. Yes, I've seen that one before. I'm genuinely intrigued as to where this is going. Border of the Heartlands discovered. Lovely, so we are now slightly further up. This is a secure chest. That's the one I can put all my shit in. See how much am I carrying up there? I might actually put some shit in the secure chest that I don't need. Dagger of Despair I don't need. Store. Just stuff that I'm not going to use, because there's no point in carrying it with me, especially when I can I can leave them in here. And pick them up whenever I need them. Put that away. I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah, I'm not going to do much crafting, I don't think. Actually, we'll put the ancient crystal coins in there. Horseshoe. Oh yeah, that's for someone. Cool, now I'm not carrying anything, so I can leave it all in the secure chest. Which is in itself quite a good idea. Ah, hello.
So much to do, so little time.
You must be Jorek Batar.
Yes.
Grandmaster Aranthiel sent me. I'm supposed to take the trial to become a keeper.
Oh, yes.
Excuse
You're
me.
the prodigy. I was expecting something else.
I'm sure
I hope
you
you're
were.
aware of what you're getting yourself into. Our novices trained for years for this trial. And as much as I respect the Grand Master, I think this is naive.
I'm sure you do.
In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that.
Got it. At least dangerous means not boring.
Oh, look at that. It's a bold swashbuckler. But fine, as you like. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first pathless in the history of the Order to a keeper. The others will scream for joy.
Get on with it.
Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades.
Excuse me.
I have to go prepare for something.
Excuse me. Alright, I'll talk to the other two examinees. Who's this? Kalia.
What? Oh, hello.
Hi.
You're our unexpected addition, aren't you? The prodigy?
Yeah, but call me Byron. Sounds less awkward.
It does, actually. I'm Kalia Sakaresh, by my path novice and aspirant to the First Sigil. I've been told what you did in Old Rashengrad, that you saved the excavations and fought back the mercenaries all on your own.
Yeah, I was totally brave. I never ran away once.
Truly. You have my respect for that.
Wasn't much of a decision these days. I seem to get into trouble wherever I go.
Well, as long as you handle it as well as you did in Old Rashengrad, that's not a bad thing, is it? You know, I'm really curious as to what the mercenaries thought they were doing. Someone willing to attack the Holy Order is either extremely powerful or extremely naive.
Or both.
Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
Of course. You go back to your meditation, I presume. Who have we got here? Dunwar.
I don't want to hear it.
I beg your pardon?
You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Just shove off.
As you wish, Princess.
Heretics.
Right, well...
Alright, enough of the chatter. Come here.
Okay.
Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from that, it's still a few miles to the ritual place.
Right, okay, let's get walking.
As you're all gifted with magic, the spores in the forest ahead will make you a little dizzy, but we won't stay for long. Any questions?
What spores are you talking about exactly?
Long story. Simply put, they come from a special kind of mushroom that has infested this forest, and staying near them worsens the arcanist's fever. So, in case you're thinking about exploring further, take some magical protection and some ambrosia with you.
Alright then, let's go.
Good. Stay close to me.
Alright then. Ah yes, this is the Whisperwood, isn't it? Let's see, we've got a bow. Whoa!
It's too late for that. Korek would have conquered the city. Instead, you will be ashamed.
Something's going to happen.
What?
I just had another vision.
Oh, did you now? So, what did you see? A horde of naked Scarag women charging towards us?
No,
Okay, look. You're very impressive and talented, I get it. But please, spare me this rubbish about visions and echoes of the future.
Look, last time I had one, someone died.
Tealor always had a fondness for those kind of things, but I'm not really one for all that. So, let's keep going.
Not now.
Alright, fine. Don't say I didn't try and warn you.
So this is the Whispering Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times before. I bet you know all about the Undercity's rat holes instead.
I don't like Dunwar. Now that looks awfully like a chorus.
More of
Oh, a pus beetle. That's a good name for a chorus. Well, these things give you lots of XP. I'm a fan of that. Can I get nothing back? Not even my arrows? Good. Oh! Folks? Guys? Oh, hello. And there we go. How did the prodigy die? He was killed by a pus beetle. How far back am I going to have to go? Because I'm getting close to the end of this episode anyway. In terms of time. Oh god, right, okay, in that case, you will join me as I'm fighting the pus beetles again. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do like and subscribe. Check out this game in the description below. On the Steam page, it's got all the details about exactly what kind of version of Skyrim you have to have, you have to own. You don't have to install one, you have to own it. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're going to keep talking, aren't you? So, we'll come here. So, either way, yes, thank you so much for watching. Check out, also, as I jokingly said when I did some voice acting on a game, it was just for the channel, I wasn't involved in the game, I must clarify that. But check out Shards of Resurrection in the description below. Also, check out the annotations. Shut up. I'll check out the annotations on the screen you're about to see. Thank you ever so much for watching. I was me, that was Enderal, Forgotten Stories. See you very soon, guys. Goodbye.
I just see Chris slicing the fuck out of everything under the sun.
Yeah! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He's lost it!